four great practitioners in the area of innovation. And so this is going to be an open dialogue. I'd like to call upon stage our four panelists. Hema Mani, Manager, Human Resources at Honeywell. Hema is currently managing human resources and leading HR for the aerospace team in Honeywell Technologies. She has 13 years of HR experience and has worked in various consulting and practicing HR capacities. She's participated in building the Mahavir Jain Entrepreneurship and Incubation Center and is also associated as an active member of the National HRD Forum and the National Institute of Personnel Management. Please welcome Hema. We have Mangala Gauri here with us. Hi Mangala. Research scientist and at the India Research Labs in IBM. Mangala Gauri completed her BTech in Civil Engineering from the Indian Institute of Technology in 1985 and then worked for 2 years designing bridges and buildings. So you notice they have a diverse set of experience here on the dais today. They're practitioners. They've worked with incubation, they've worked with research, they've worked with setting up some of these, and really we're going to explore that today. So the first question really, and Vasantha, maybe we'll start with you really. The question being, what can an organization do differently, or what is your organization, for instance, doing differently that is enabling a rich source of entrepreneurial energy to work within the organization rather than having to opt out? Any thoughts?
At Intel, at least I come from the corporate research R&D group. So primarily there is a whole big division that is associated with looking at future technologies, and some of them are very diverse in terms of what they do, system side, microprocessor side, some related to the core business, some very diverse. Some what we call blue sky research, working with universities into things that are out there. In 15 years ahead, possibly we may think of something like this. So lots of opportunity within a structured organization where one can take on their ideas. That apart, with some pointed business ideas that people would like to work with, Intel has what's called a new business venture, wherein you can take your ideas, work and propose those ideas, get seed funding. So you're like an entrepreneur, but inside the system. And that works out very nicely for a lot of people who don't want to completely get out and start, getting out and starting on your own. While it's very interesting and exciting, has a lot of hard work. For somebody who wants to get a blend of the two, I think this is a healthy way in which they can do it and probably dabble at it to see, do I have all the necessary functions? Being an entrepreneur doesn't mean just being technically good at something, which a lot of people are inherently. Most of the women who come into the workforce are technically bright. But having all the business aspects, the financial aspects, being able to have the whole package. If you want to test out an idea, this is an excellent way in which you can get started.
Sure, thank you very much. Hema, question for you. So therefore, so if a person has it within themselves and would like to be able to contribute, there seems to be opportunities. What holds people back? And what can be done differently to bring that forward?
I come from HR, so it's really different from the panelists who are sitting here. I'm one of the people who supports innovation and who support entrepreneurship, and not necessarily one who actually indulges in entrepreneurship. But while saying so, I must say that managing high-talented organizations which really invest in innovation and entrepreneurship is challenging enough for HR. So that makes HR naturally very innovative in its whole practices. I was just saying outside of this door when we just met in as a panel that for the last 2 years I would have hardly done anything that is really HR specific. Most of my work is involved in actually nurturing talent, creating an environment for supporting innovation and supporting entrepreneurship within Honeywell. To just give a perspective, if you look at Honeywell as an organization, one of the phrases in our brand promise it says that we are a company which is more innovative and more productive. And that's a challenge because you're proclaiming that to the world, you're proclaiming that to the analysts around, you're proclaiming that to your stockholders around. So year after year, you are being monitored very closely on how innovative you are and how productive you are. And the talent, as you know, comes into the organization. They are a raw set of talent. You typically, like of any organization structure which follows a pyramid kind of a thing, you might have 20% of your talent which is experienced, which is rich with a business mindset or at least has the maturity. But there's a larger 80% of your crowd whom you hire from universities and from campuses. These are not necessarily people who come in with a business mindset. They do come with a lot of latent talent. They come with a lot of innovative mindset, if I may call so. So for us in HR, it's about how do you capitalize on that latent talent that people have, and what holds back, coming specifically to your question, what holds back people is the framework that you create around organizations. The more processes you build, you hold back innovation. The more structure you build, you hold back innovation. So for us in HR is how in a large organization such as Honeywell, you try and capitalize on innovative ideas, on entrepreneurial mindset, at the same time ensure there's consistency of practices across locations. Especially in a country like ours, which is spread across 136 countries. So we need to have consistency of practices at the same time. So that becomes a challenge. So a couple of things that we do as part of the entire process is we have something similar to what Vasilka just mentioned called as the Business Innovation Center, which is an amalgamation of our ideas both from the automation, from aerospace, from transportation systems to specialty materials. So we nurture common ideas and see how we can give birth to newer solutions. For example, right now while I'm speaking, we are trying to embed superior technologies that we use currently in aerospace in automotive. And we're trying to emerge with a new whole generation in automobile industries called as AutoNAV. So that's something that's happening out of the Business Innovation Center. Now these are ideas that came in from young engineers. These are ideas that came in from universities. These are ideas that came in from very young engineers who joined Honeywell. And we are supporting them by creating growth fund, giving them the right training on what is strategic thinking all about. What is systemic innovative thinking all about? And really getting them to develop their business perspective more than just the technology innovation part of it. Because one of the key challenges of innovation is you get ideas, but are ideas feasible? Are ideas feasible from business? Do they help you generate business revenue? Are they part of your core company practices? Now companies don't want to diversify. So are these ideas aligning with your core practices? So these are some of the things that we do. Apart from the fact that we have innovation councils and workout sessions, both at universities as well as right here in the campus at Honeywell. These are some of the